Extremism has taken root in Colorado. No surprise to viewers of this program who have watched us track the rise of groups and political figures who openly stoke violence. A group that tracks white nationalist and hate groups counts at least 30 of them in Colorado right now, 30 up from 18 in 2021.
The Southern Poverty Law Center tracks the anti-government group FEC United, big in Douglas County and the Springs. You've heard its founder here, conservative activist Joe Oltmann, calling for the hangings of his political opponents.
That is the definition of treason, and he should be hung by the neck until he's dead.
The Proud Boys, which the SPLC describes as a hate group. In 2019, they said that they landed their own radio show on KNUS radio in town, but the station backed out after we reported on it. Front Range Active Club, which SPLC says is a white nationalist group. Members took credit for a masked protest outside a Pride festival in Dougco. The Pray in Jesus' Name Project, that's led by former Republican State Representative Gordon Klingenschmitt in the Springs.
A pregnant woman in Colorado.
And now our Julissa Irizarry takes a closer look at another group that's being tracked, one that focuses on schools across Colorado.
So much can be said about Colorado. For years, it's been growing in more ways than one.
Yes, a notable rise.
Rachel Carroll Rivas is an interim director at the Southern Poverty Law Center, or SPLC. The group released its annual report this week, identifying 30 hate and anti-government groups in Colorado. The top type of group found here were anti-government groups.
Colorado saw a rise in the number of anti-student inclusion groups. And so Moms for Liberty had a number of chapters in Colorado.
Moms for Liberty is a national conservative parent group that has been part of the book ban movement in school districts. In a statement, the Moms for Liberty founders said in part, the SPLC is nothing more than a mouthpiece for the Biden administration's repulsion for freedom and parental rights.
I think fear is ruinous.
Marty Moore is the executive director of Rocky Mountain Equality, formerly out Boulder County. The SPLC report says anti-LGBTQ groups across the country are at an all-time high. It's one of the reasons Moore's LGBTQ organization expanded.
When I looked at the map today, the hate groups that they listed are scattered throughout the state, but it's amazing how it goes down I-25. And as we look at north, where we recently expanded into Larimer County in particular, there are several groups there.
Groups can be in any corner, in any street in this state. The SPLC hopes revealing them will uncover something else.
We hope that this report is a tool for communities and sort of check folks on what's going on and how they might get to a better place together.
Carol Rivas with the SPLC says she'd be surprised if more anti-government or hate groups pop up in Colorado in next year's report. She says in recent months they have seen more people pull away from these groups as they see the national rhetoric they're pushing.
I think that's interesting because, as we've talked about here, you also have more mainstream groups in Colorado that are adopting the rhetoric of hate groups, like the Colorado Republican Party saying this week, burn all pride flags, God hates flags. That's the kind of thing that you didn't used to hear in organized politics. But there's all kinds of these groups in Colorado.
Yeah, you know, they say that Colorado is a perfect snapshot of this country. That's exactly what the SPLC says. They said we have a little bit of everything here: anti-immigrant, conspiracy, neo-Nazi, and it really paints a picture of the world we're living in right now.
It's amazing how many powerful people in Colorado continue to parrot that stuff. We'll keep pointing it out. Julissa, thank you.